Welcome to the deep dive into Ekip Connect 3. Over the next few minutes, we will walk you through our software and provide guidance on device configuration, protection setting and testing, so you can perform confident operations with clarity and speed. Before we begin, please download and install Ekip Connect 3 from our official website. When opening the software, you will be presented with the scan page, the starting point for connecting to devices. Here you can scan locally using Ekip T&P, Ekip Programming, or USB-C, where supported, or if you prefer a serial network search, open the serial connection configuration to select the COM port, define scan parameters, and choose the desired slave addresses before clicking on the scan button. If your devices are on an Ethernet network, configure the Ethernet scan by setting the sniffer, timeout, IP addresses, and related ranges. You can also connect manually by choosing the device type, slave address, and communication protocol with its related settings such as the port name, baud rate, data bits, parity, stop bits, and timeout. On the left, we highlight the main sections that support your workflow. Service is used to keep devices in best possible condition and execute maintenance activities on time. Marketplace is where you can find software packages and activate licenses. The Tools section is your hub for advanced capabilities across devices and systems. It is divided into 4 groups, each one with different scopes. Advanced Logics, for building custom behaviors and multi-device interactions, like for example in the Custom Logic tool. Monitoring, with utilities such as Data Viewer, for analyzing data log records with reference to time or frequency of individual current and voltage phases. System, for core operations on your devices, like import and export of configurations via the File Manager tool. Communication, for defining and visualizing network configurations through the Networking tool. As soon as a device is connected and scanned, the dashboard is presented with the most important details at a glance, and new sections become available on the left: Information, Configuration, Monitoring, Protections, Modules, and Classic View. The device also appears in the Found Devices list, showing its status, image, and key details. The list can be modified by removing devices at will. If you scan across an Ethernet network, simply enter one or more IP addresses and start the search. When the scan completes, you will see all detected devices populated in the Found Devices list, in the same consistent way as local scans. Select any device from this list to open its dashboard and begin working with it. Whenever you need guidance, click the information icon at the top left corner to open the Ekip Connect 3 user manual for section-specific help. While working with a connected device, you can collapse the left panel to gain more space, especially useful on rich dashboards and views, and expand it again whenever needed. Click on the Devices tab to access found devices within easy reach from any page. The primary sections to use are Dashboard, for a quick overview of the main device parameters. Information, for detailed data on general parameters and circuit breaker status. Configuration, for device setup. Monitoring, for live measurements, warnings, events, trips, and status. Protections, for enabling, disabling or modifying available protection functions. Modules, for parameter setup regarding add-on modules on your device. Utilize the classic view for extended parameter access in a single expert-oriented and structured layout. Parameters you configure in the primary sections are also available in classic view, so you can choose the interface that suits your workflow. For example, the power direction, which can be found under the unit main parameters of the configuration section, is also present under the plant configuration parameters of the unit configuration section in Classic View. The Marketplace section refreshes each time a scan device is selected, to always show the related software packages to purchase on the ABB Marketplace webpage, as well as the already activated packages for the ones ready for activation. Ekip Connect uses role-based access control. Logging in unlocks features that are not available to anonymous users and allows you to request roles with dedicated permissions. Click the login icon in the top right corner, then sign in with your ABB account, or sign up if you don't have one yet. Once logged in, Ekip Connect checks your permissions and refreshes your access to available features. Open the account panel by clicking on your email to view the current role and its description. Request a new one by clicking on the New Role button. Then enter the requested details and your ABB reference email. Click on Next and choose the role you need. Public options include digital user and service maintenance, while ABB internal roles, such as Service L3 or R&D, are available to authorized ABB personnel only. Select the validity period, click on Next, and then choose the target device family, such as switches and fuse gear or breakers. Finally, provide a clear reason to support the approval process and send the request. When signed in, you can leave feedback by clicking on the chat bubble and entering the desired message. In case of difficulties encountered during the usage of Ekip Connect, use the Report an Issue functionality. It is available even without logging in. Enter your email, report type, subject, message, and attach relevant files, such as current device settings report, images, or PDFs. Click on the bell icon to access the notifications area, which lists the latest news and updates to keep you informed. The Help button opens the Ekip Connect 3 manual. Pop it out to full screen for easier navigation, or even enable the offline version for usage in environments without a stable Ethernet connection. You will also find entry points to the manual in the shape of information icons within most sections and tools for immediate, context-aware guidance. Under Options in the top right corner, you can personalize your experience. Choose among 6 languages: English, Italian, French, Spanish, Chinese, and German. Switch between light and dark themes, and pick ABB or Windows color accents to give a personal touch to the application. Advanced users can access diagnostic areas for communication analysis with the connected devices. The Download section gives you quick access to the latest Ekip Connect version, firmware collections, and logs. It also gives you the possibility to disable the pop-up informing you about the availability of new updates. In Marketplace, you can set the region to Global or China. In About, you will find third-party notice and licenses, legal notes, cybersecurity deployment guidelines, and further information about the application. The Privacy section lets you choose your preferred level of tracking type, which is also chosen during the Ekip Connect 3 installation. Release Notes highlights what's changed in each new version. The Support section guides you through reporting issues, sending feedback, and contacting ABB for urgent needs. Now, let's configure a device together. We'll use a T-Max XT4 as our example, and connect with Ekip T&P. Once the device is scanned, navigate to Configuration, and click Expand to visualize all parameters. Start with the general settings, set the date and time, either by syncing with your computer or entering them manually. Accurate timekeeping is essential for correct event and trip history setting. Next, adjust the unit main parameters, starting with the power direction. Select the desired direction and click on Apply to set the parameter on the connected device. If it's configured incorrectly, you'll notice it in the Monitoring section, navigating under Measures. In this case, the active power graph shows a negative value when it should be positive. Correct the power direction, and confirm that the active power appears with the expected value. Next, set the phase sequence to match your distribution network. To make miswiring obvious, enable the phase rotation warning. If the sequence is wrong, an alarm appears near the breaker name, notifying you of the occurrence. If you plan to work with add-on modules connected to the trip unit, enable the local bus to allow module configuration. Choose the desired operating mode, local for on-site operation, or remote if the device receives commands from a supervisory system. Next, select the correct nominal voltage according to your plant. Always make sure to apply the desired settings. With the core configuration in place, we move to protection setting and testing using the same XT4 device. Open the protection section to access all available protections. Active ones are visually highlighted by a blue square. Let's make an example by configuring the instantaneous overcurrent protection. Select the I-50 tab to open its settings. Click the information icon near the protection name, or the one of its thresholds to access a concise explanation of the parameter. Enable the protection, set your desired threshold, and click Apply. If you are an expert user of Ekip Connect, and you prefer having access to all the data in a single page with a few clicks, you can perform the same settings in Classic View under Protection Parameters. After choosing the desired parameters, click Apply, found in the top right corner. To validate the protection you just set, open Tools, enter the test area, and choose Test Execution. This interface lets you simulate conditions and verify behaviors of your breaker. If you're not familiar with the tool, click on the information icon to access a quick guided overview. For an instantaneous overcurrent test, set the relative amplitude of L1 to a value slightly above the protection threshold. For example, if the protection you want to test has a threshold at 2.0 IN, set the relative amplitude at 2.1 IN. Finally, click on Start, set the name of the test and let it run. In a few seconds it will be completed, and a test report will become available. Click on View Test Report to observe the device details, applied conditions, trip results, and the measured tripping time. The latter must be compared with the acceptable range in the device catalog to confirm correct operation. Download or print the test report if desired.